keep the muffler from dragging. Sometimes it all seems so defeating as I'm hustling to make it to the Cub Scout meeting. Ooh, I dream about Mexico, where all the pretty people go. But we're on a budget that just won't budge. Not much money, but a whole lot of love. Living that domestic life. Happy children and a pretty wife. Our Cocker Spaniels always having puppies. How could anybody be so lucky? See me mowing my domestic yard. Lord, I owe my soul to MasterCard. But it seems to suit me to a T. That domestic life's all right with me. Our neighbor's names are Fred and Ruth. He wears a lot of leisure suits. She sells Avon and Tupperware too. We're always ducking all the bull they shoot. Ooh, I'll never be president, and we never seem to save a cent. But things are looking better every day. Hell, I'm sergeant at arms of the PTA. Living that domestic life. Happy children and a pretty wife. Our Cocker Spaniels always having puppies. How could anybody be so lucky? They see me mowing my domestic yard. Lord, I owe my soul to MasterCard. But it seems to suit me to a T. That domestic life's all right with me. Living that domestic life. Happy children and a pretty wife. Our Cocker Spaniels always having puppies. How could anybody be so lucky? They see me mowing my domestic yard. Lord, I owe my soul to MasterCard. But it seems to suit me to a T. That domestic life's all right with me. We're living that domestic life. And loving that domestic life.
All about that domestic life. Yes. I love it too. All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming out to see us tonight. We're happy to see everybody. We're here to get to all the hits, as many as we can possibly do. Do a couple of new songs maybe before we're through. Gonna party a little bit. Gonna let the good times roll all over you.
Hey everybody, let's have some fun. You only live once, and when you're dead, you're done. So let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. I don't care if you're young or old. Come on, everybody, and let the good times roll. Don't sit there mumbling, talking trash. If you want to have a ball, you got to spend some cash. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. I don't care if you're young or old. Come on, everybody, and let the good times roll. Let them roll, boys. Mr. Landlord, If the police come around, tell them the joint is closed and let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. I don't care if you're young or old. Come on, everybody, and let the good times roll. Hey, everybody, tell everybody that old JC's in town. Got $1.25, just raring to clown. But don't let nobody play me cheap. I got 50 cents or more than I'm gonna keep, and let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. I don't care if you're young or old. Come on, everybody, and let the good times roll. All right, help me. Let the good times roll. 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 I don't care if you're young or old. Come on, everybody, and let the good times roll. One more time, loud. Let the good times roll. 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 I don't care if you're young or old. Come on, everybody, and let the good times roll. Right here at the Farmers Opry. Yes. You bet. All right, here we go back to 1983. There's something you got that really gets me going. It's hard to believe the way the feeling's growing. So let me say before my heart starts showing, I'm only in it for the love. I want you to know you got my full attention, and every move is with my best intention. Before we go on, I thought I ought to mention, I'm only in it for the love. I'm only in it for the love and affection. I think I'm headed in the right direction. I guess the question that I'm really asking is, do you want a love that's everlasting? So many times I let my heart get broken. I close my eyes and let myself wide open. And now I only deal in real emotion. I'm only in it for the love. Here comes the guitar man. I'm only in it for the love and affection. I think I'm headed in the right direction. I guess the question that I'm really asking is, do you want a love that's everlasting? So many times I let my heart get broken. I close my eyes and left my heart wide open. And now I only deal in real emotion. I'm only in it for the love. I'm only in it for the love. Here it comes again. I'm only in it for the love and affection. I think I'm headed in the right direction. I guess the question that I'm really asking is, do you want a love that's everlasting? So many times I let my heart get broken. I close my eyes and left myself wide open. And now I only deal in real emotion. I'm only in it for the love. 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 Yes.
so much. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate it. How many folks have been with us when we've been here before, other times? 17 or 18 of you. Good. All right, good. Welcome back. And this is a great looking crowd too. Now, you should have seen those folks last night. Anybody here last night? You were here? Oh yeah. Only 2 or 3 of you, 3, 4. Weren't they ugly? I mean, we can talk about them. They're not here, since there's not that many of you. No, they were good-looking folks too. We're happy to be here. We're here to do as many of the hits as we possibly can squeeze in. You've given us a bunch of them, and we're going to do a couple of 3 maybe things that you've never heard us do before. I'm going to ask you questions later. I'll let you ask me any questions you may have, and feel free now to sing along anytime during the show, because frankly, at my age, you never know when I might forget the words, and this could come in handy. You could fill in the blanks for me. All right. Well, let me ask you another question before doing this next song. How many people are over 30 in the crowd? Over 30 people. These are my people, yes. Anybody under 30? Under 30 people?
Yeah!
Not you. No. No, I believe her. I know she's not, but your mustache is well over 30, let alone the rest of it. There may be a lonely soul or two under 30 besides the young lady, but just remember this one thing. If you're under 30, your time's coming. Here's a song about being on the backside of it.
Making money at 30 with a wife and a son. Then a short 5 years later, it all comes undone. She's gone back to mama with the boy by her side. Now I'm wine drunk and running with them all on my mind. I'm on the backside of 30 and back on my own. An empty apartment don't feel like a home. On the backside of 30, the short side of time, back on the bottom with nowhere to climb. It's dawn Monday morning, and I just called in sick. I skipped work last Friday to drink this month's rent. And when my friends ask me, Lord, I tell them I'm fine. But my eyes tell a story that my lies can't hide. I'm on the backside of 30 and back on my own. An empty apartment don't feel like a home. On the backside of 30, the short side of time, back on the bottom with nowhere to climb.
The backside of the big 3-0. Thank you. I wrote that song in 1976, and we recorded it in the very first recording session I ever did, same year. And in 1976, I was just on the other side of 30. So if you I hear calculators clicking, I think, don't I? You can figure. You can be figuring while we go on with the show. Now, I didn't live that song. I did write it. I didn't live it. I just kind of wrote it based on observation of people around me who were going through breakups and that kind of thing. Well, we're going to continue the theme with this next song. This continues the breakup theme. However, this one, unlike Backside, this one kind of offers a ray of hope at the end of it. And you'll find this on our classic CD. This is called From Your Knees.
He tore down the world of 17 years, brick by brick and stone by stone. No hammer was swinging, 'cause cheating and drinking don't need no help wrecking a home. And when he came back to the dust and the rubble of what he had once called his life, he dropped to his knees in sheer disbelief at the total destruction inside. There were empty closets and empty drawers, and a tear-stained note on the kitchen floor, and burning memories in the fireplace. He'd waited too long to say he was wrong. His house was still standing, but his home was gone. Brother, you would not believe what you can see from your knee. Well, right then and there, in an old sinner's prayer, he told things he'd kept in the dark. There was no use in lying, 'cause the one who was listening could see every room in his heart. Then took empty whiskey bottles, little black book and all, in the fire she'd left on the grave. Oh, sometimes a man can change on his own, but sometimes I tell you it takes empty closets and empty drawers, and a tear-stained confession on the kitchen floor, and burning memories in the fireplace. He'd waited too long to say he was wrong. His house was still standing. He'd fight for his home. Brother, you would not believe. Brother, you would not believe what you can see from your knees.
From your knees. Yes. Young lady named Leslie Satcher wrote that song, and she did a great job on it. She's one of our best writers. And I did this last night, and I've kind of been doing it lately. Another song that she wrote. If anybody's heard the new Vince Gill album, Guitar Slinger, there's a song on there that you need to check out. The whole album's good, but the whole album is worth it just for this song, which she and Vince wrote, called Bread and Water. Check it out when you get a chance. And while we're on, because it's really a song of salvation and faith, that's what I like about it. And let me also say how much I appreciate the fact that the Farmers Opry opens every show with a prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I think that's wonderful. That is, well, it's the only place it happens as we travel around. As far as shows are concerned that I can think of consistently. I know a lot of you are fans of RFD TV and Larry's Country Diner and the Family Reunion. Well, I just want you to know that you don't see it on the air, but Larry opens every session of both shows with a prayer, every session, 2 a day in the case of the diner when we're taping it, and he opens every session. And that is really unheard of in television, I guarantee you. All right, now let's see where we're going. Let's do a couple of songs actually by a favorite songwriter of mine named Sonny Throckmorton. Sonny's written songs for, everybody in the business, or many people, and we've put our mitts on several. This one talks about last night, but we're close enough. It's all about Friday night.
He's been working all week, he's got mental fatigue, and that old cow sure looks fine. All week he's been gone, she's been sitting alone, slowly going out of her mind. As he kicks off his shoes for the 6 o'clock news, she's getting all prettied up. She's one to boogie, and he wants to lay there, and she's got the Friday night blues. Oh, those Friday night blues, they get in your shoes and they work to get you down. I've been there with a lady that I ever knew who didn't need her a night on the town. But the hills and the bills and a week full of needs has got him feeling you. While he's kicking his shoes off, she's putting hers on, 'cause she's got the Friday night blues. Oh, there once was a time she was top of the line. Her nights like teenage dreams. Now it's operas at noon, dancing around with her room, talking to the washing machine. Oh, the girl down the street says her husband is neat and makes it sound so true. Now she's feeling lonely, thinks she's the only one with the Friday night blues. Oh, those Friday night blues, they get in your shoes and they work to get you down. I've been there with a lady that I ever knew who didn't need her a night on the town. But the hills and the bills and a week full of needs has got him feeling you. While he's kicking his shoes off, she's putting hers on, 'cause she's got the Friday night blues. Friday night blues, they get in your shoes and they work to get you down. I've been there with a lady that I ever knew who didn't need her a night on the town. But the hills and the bills and a week full of needs has got him feeling you. While he's kicking his shoes off, she's putting hers on, 'cause she's got the Friday night blues.
Nicky G on the piano for the Friday Night Blues. Thank you. Sonny Throckmorton. Sonny's written, like I say, a lot of songs for us. And here's another of his while we're on him. Let's move forward in time a little bit. We're kind of skipping back and forth through the years here with these songs. But this one was a hit after Friday Night Blues. Sonny wrote it as well. Now, this one, fellas, of course, Friday Night Blues always the fault of us guys. Right, ladies? Yeah, I'm sorry. We're just so sorry. we are. We are sorry. We are some of the sorriest things you've ever seen. Now, look, here's what happens, guys. If you let the Friday Night Blues take place too often or last too long, this could be the storyline where you live, and I hope not, because it is not pretty.
I never thought I'd live to see the day anyone could turn my head the other way. She squirmed beside him, her mind was made. Now she can't say that anymore. She said, I've never done this sort of thing before. She said, once you get started, it ain't all that hard. Then he got up and locked that cheating door. Now she can't say that anymore. At home, a porch light's burning as she fumbles for the key. Tonight she jumped some fences, but she didn't quite get free. She's cool as a salesman as he opens the door. She's breaking in a new routine for the man who walks the floor. Mama insisted that I stay a while. She said, you're treating me as if I were on trial. I've never lied to you. She kind of smiled. Now she can't say that anymore. At home, a porch light's burning as she fumbles for the key. Tonight she jumped some fences, but she didn't quite get free. She's cool as a salesman as he opens the door. She's breaking in a new routine for the man who walks the floor. Now she can't say that anymore. Now she can't say that anymore. Now she can't say that anymore. Now she can't say that anymore.
Thank you. Two by Sonny Throckmorton. What a great writer he is. Now that song, I don't know how long ago it's been now, several years ago. We were doing a Thanksgiving television special that included a lot of different artists, and I was on a segment with Bill Anderson, Porter Wagoner, Garth Brooks, and Johnny Russell. In fact, it was the last television appearance that Johnny made before he passed. But we all five of us were in this segment, and we were doing a Garth Brooks song, Friends in Low Places. And Garth related, when we were rehearsing it in the afternoon, Garth related to me that when he was, when She Can't Say That Anymore was out, he used to listen to it on the jukebox at the Pizza Hut where he worked while he was in high school. Made me feel really young. But he said he used to, the times when he would close the Pizza Hut, and of course whoever closed, I guess, had to mop and everything, he would play it over and over again on the jukebox and dance around the Pizza Hut with his mop. So I asked for pictures, but he's never given me any. All right, we're going to do a song now that goes back the other way. In fact, 1979 was the year this came out, and this turned out to have been, thanks to you, our very first national #1 record. We'll just see if you remember it.
Many times I didn't try to hold you. I never kept the promises I told you. Now it's time I give in, I know, to the words that I should have said long ago. Lady, lay down beside me. Revel your love around me. I need you to stay. Don't turn away from me now. Lay Yes, I've known about it. You gave me love and learned to live without it. Now that you've turned to go, let me beg you to stay the best way I know. Lady, lay down beside me. Wrap all your love around me. I need you to stay. Don't turn away from me now. Lady, lay down beside me. Wrap all your love around me. I need you to stay. Don't turn away from me now. Lady, lay down. Lady, lay down.
Thank you for making that a number one record. First one. Open the door for all the rest. We appreciate it. All right, we're going to switch subjects now altogether, and we can all relate to this next song at one time or another. These days, all you have to do to relate to this little song is go fill up your car with gas. That's all it takes, because that'll break you, you know. And this song is about being broke, and there's another word for broke, and that word is busted. That's the word.
My bills are all due, and the babies need shoes, but I'm busted. Cotton is down to a quarter a pound, and I'm busted. I got a cow that's gone to rye, and a hen that won't lay. A big stack of bills that get bigger each day. The county's gonna haul my belongings away, 'cause I'm busted. I called on my brother to ask for a loan, 'cause I was busted. Lord, I hate to beg like a dog for a bone, but I'm busted. My brother said there ain't one thing I can do. My wife and my kids are all down with the flu. And I was just thinking about calling on you, 'cause I'm busted. Here comes Brother Steve on the guitar. Lord, I'm no thief, but a man can go wrong when he's busted. The food that we canned last summer is gone, we're busted. The fields are all bare, and the cotton won't grow. Me and my family's got to pack 'em and go. But I'll make a living just where I don't know, 'cause I'm busted. I'm broke. Busted.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Harlan Howard wrote that song, among many others, the dean of songwriters, Harlan. And, you know, like a lot of you, you probably, like me, some of you first heard Ray Charles do that song. I think I was 4 or 5 when Ray had it out, and it was... Well, they're paying attention, I'm telling you what. Anyway, no matter how old I was, never dreaming when I was listening to him do it that we'd record it or any other song, and let alone it would end up being a hit for us. I am disappointed, though. Usually when I sing that song about being broke, people do start bringing dollars to me at the stage. And if you come up here, we're ready for you, folks. We come prepared for nearly anything. A lot of you know what this is about, the ones who were here last night. And others. We've been doing this for a long time. But for those who don't know what I'm talking about and what this bucket is for, I will explain it to you. We were doing a fair in California several years ago, and during that performance that night of Busted, people did what I just said. They started bringing money to me at the stage. First time it ever happened. By the time we finished the show, we ended up with nearly $60. And that had never happened. You know, what do you do? I couldn't give the money back to the nice people because we finished the show and they all left. We had to hide from them a couple hours, but they finally thought they'd never leave. Anyway, what we did with that first money is we sent it to an organization a lot of you have heard of called Feed the Children, maintained a campaign in their behalf for a long time. A few years ago, we changed the focus of the whole campaign since the country was and remains at war, wars which have produced a lot of severely wounded veterans. We changed the focus, and now the money that goes in the bucket we send to the benefit of our wounded warriors. So if you want to be a part of that campaign, very simple. You come up, drop it in. We'll send it on. We'll have the bucket not only here, but also after. I'll be hanging around after, be happy to sign autographs and all that, and we'll have the bucket with us there. But we just think it's a great cause, as I'm sure you do, to help some people who in many cases, because of their injuries, will be sacrificing for the rest of their lives simply to keep us free, and we just think that's a worthy cause. So, all right. Let's do another favorite songwriter of mine is this next gentleman. We're going to do a song by him that you made a hit for us, and if you're a woodworker, you'll be able to relate to it directly. I like it talks about working with wood, and then we're going to do a new song that he wrote a few years ago after this. But if you work with wood, that's good. You'll relate literally. But if you don't, even better is the philosophy of life that is underlined by what this song says. Guy Clark is who I'm talking about, and the song is called The Carpenter.
Let us now praise the carpenter and the things that he made, and the way that he lived by the tools of the trade. I can still hear his hammer singing 10-penny time, working by the hour till the day that he died. He was tough as a crowbar, he was quick as a chisel, fair as a plain Lord and true as a level. He was straight as a chalk line, right as a rule. He was square with the world, he took good care of his tools. Steve on the guitar. He worked his hands in wood from the crib to the coffin, with a care and a love that you don't see too often. He built boats out of wood, big boats, working in a shipyard, mansions on the hill and a birdhouse in the backyard. He was tough as a crowbar, he was quick as a chisel, fair as a plain Lord and true as a level. He was straight as a chalk line and right as a rule. He was square with the world, he took good care of his tools. Here is again. He said anything that's worth cutting down a tree for is worth doing right. Don't the Lord love a 2x4? And if you ask him how to do something, he'd say like Noah built the ark. You gotta hold your mouth right, son, and never miss your mark. And you'll be tough as a crowbar. You'll be quick as a chisel, fair as a plane, Lord, and true as a level. You'll be straight as a chalk line and right as a rule. You'll be square with the world. You take good care of your tool.
All about the carpenter. Thank you very much. Guy Clark. What a writer. This gentleman here said he didn't know what the bass player was on, but he wanted some of it. Yes, he. Dramamine? Oh, yeah, right. No, he's just naturally crazy. That's what the deal is with him. What, honey? You want me to wear it? Or you do? It's a little big. It's just a little. Is that whose hat is that? You don't know. Well, I appreciate it. Her Uncle Chris's hat. All right. Well, Chris has got a big head. Thank you, sir. And somebody came out had a big blue Kentucky shirt on, and I hate to bring up Kentucky down here. Not really, I don't. But I mean, you know, since it was Florida that they beat today, I just hate to talk about it. I know. That's what I mean, see? I'm sorry. Not. All right, before you start throwing stuff at me, well, hello. Hi there, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you very much. Can you shake hands? Thank you very much. How about you? Can I get a... Thank you very much. All right. Those are your cousins? Really? Well, I didn't realize you had... And we don't know where we're going. Just like him. All right. Here's another Guy Clark song. Now, back to the family reunion and diner and all that. The only place we've done this song is on those shows. We have recorded it, not released it yet, so you may not have heard it. But we're going to fix that right now. Guy Clark wrote this, and I love what it has to say. It's simply called Stuff That Works.
Got an old blue shirt and it suits me just fine. I like the way it feels, so I wear it all the time. Got an old guitar, won't ever stay in tune. I like the way it sounds in a dark and empty room. Got an old pair of boots and they fit just right. I can work all day and I can dance all night. Got an old used car that runs just like a top. I get the feeling it ain't ever gonna stop. Stuff that works, stuff that holds up, the kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall. Stuff that's real, stuff you feel, the kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. Got a pretty good friend who's seen me at my worst. He can tell if I'm a blessing or a curse. But he always shows up when the chips are down. That's the kind of stuff I like to be around. Stuff that works, stuff that holds up, the kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall. Stuff that's real, stuff you feel, the kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. Got a woman I love, she's crazy and paints like God. She's got a playground sense of justice, she won't take odds. I got a tattoo with her name right through my soul. I think everything she touches turns to gold. Stuff that works, stuff that holds up, the kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall. Stuff that's real, stuff you feel, the kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. Stuff that works, stuff that holds.
Guy Clark. Yes. I love that little song. Found that on one of his albums back, I don't know, in the late 90s, somewhere in there, and kind of put it in my memory bank, and we finally got to record it, and we'll have it out, I hope, in the not-distant future. JohnConlee.com is the place to find out when it's available, and hopefully, by the time it is, you'll be able to download it directly from there, is our goal, at least. All right. Let us, what's that? They also serve. You know the words to They Also Serve? Good. We may need you for. Okay, well, let's see. What about it, guys? Can we? Let's just do it. You sing along, all right? You sing along with me, all right? We'll see if I remember them. This is this song, by the way. While they're getting ready for it, we did a video on this song, but this was out, and you may have seen it on Fox News or a couple places. This kind of underlines the sacrifice of our military families, the ones who are back home while somebody's in harm's way, the ones holding down the home front. That's what this is dedicated to. It's called They Also Serve.
She kisses little Katie's forehead as she turns out the light. A night ahead in a lonely bed, she's a military wife. She pushes back a tear, then sinks into a chair. Her mind says that's the way it is. Her heart says it ain't fair. She knows the price of sacrifice, but she's proud to take her place in that unsung corps of horrors who stay behind and wait. They also serve those who stand and wait, living by the phone to learn their loved one's fate. She's still in the war, and let there be no mistake. They also serve those who stand and wait. Jake climbs on the school bus, marches bravely to his seat. His dad's not home to say so long like his friends along the street. He has to be the man at home as long as Daddy's gone. He promised him the day he left that he'd be brave and strong. So he tells his little sister, don't you worry, Daddy's coming home. He's 8 years old, he's a soldier son, and he can hold his own. They also serve those who stand and wait, praying by the phone to learn their loved one's fate. But they're still in the war, and let there be no mistake. They also serve those who stand and wait. mothers and fathers, daughters and sons. They don't wear a uniform, but they're still in the war. They also serve those who stand and wait, praying by the phone to learn their loved ones' fate. But they're still in the war, and let there be no mistake. They also serve those who stand and wait. That's right. They also serve. You did good. He didn't miss a word. I did. A time or two. That's great. All right. I appreciate it. Okay. Well, now, do we have anybody named Emily in the house here tonight? Anybody? Nobody named Emily? Oh, right here. There's one. Very good, and it's even a woman. That's good. Sometimes men yell out on that, and that always disturbs me. All right, good. Then we'll do this. We've got the perfect song for you. Here is Miss Emily's picture for Emily right back there. I wake up in the morning in a state of fright, on the wrong side of the bed all night, clinging to the broken heart inside my head. Open my eyes and I move my hand from round her pillow to the nightstand and straighten Miss Emily's picture by my bed. Go to the office, the work's piled up, pour 3 fingers bourbon in my coffee cup, and cry on my best friend's shoulder down the hall. Feel so lonely when I close the door, biting my nails and I walk the floor, and straighten Miss Emily's picture on my wall. Look out my window and what do I see? Nothing but pain looking back at me. And all that my future means to me is tossing yesterday's love out into the wind. And straighten Miss Emily's picture now and then. Leave my office and I go downtown to a little bar we all hang around. Laugh, drink beer, and shoot pool, have a ball. When the laughter stops and the hurting takes hold, reach in my pocket for my billfold and show Miss Emily's picture to 'em all. I stagger in the house and I slam the door, scatter my clothes all over the floor, wishing I could do the same thing in my head. Drink a beer and eat a bite, and just before I turn out the light, I straighten Miss Emily's picture by my bed. Look out my window and what do I see? Nothing but pain looking back at me. And all that my future means to me is tossing yesterday's love out into the wind. And straighten Miss Emily's picture now and then. Sucker on the harmonica for Miss Emily's picture. For Emily, right back there. You bet. Thank you.
Great Red Lane song. All right. Well, let's see. Saturday night, I bet we have some George Jones fans around somewhere in the house here. That would be very convenient. A few years ago, 2 or 3, I guess it's been, we did the Grand Ole Opry cruise, the Classic Country Cruise it's called. And the reason they call it that is because all of the artists who participate in it, we all do our own songs, but and everybody kind of works up favorites by other people. And when we did the cruise, we worked up a couple of George Jones songs that people seem to enjoy. I know they're favorites of mine, and you'll recognize them both. We'll just we'll visit George for a minute here tonight.
I've been living a new way of life that I love so, and I can see the clouds are gathering, and the storm will wreck our home. For last night he held you tightly, and you didn't even show. This is true, for I've been watching from the window up above. I guess you thought that I was sleeping, and I wish that I had been. But it's best to get to know you and the way your heart can sin. I thought we belonged together, and our hearts fit like a glove. But I was wrong, for I've been watching from the window up above. How I wish I could be dreaming and wake up to a love that's true. But I was wrong, for I've been watching from the window up above. He said, I'll love you till I die. She told him, you'll forget in time. As the years went slowly by, she still preyed upon his mind. He kept her picture on his wall, went half crazy now and then. He still loved her through it all, hoping she'd come back again. Kept some letters by his bed, dated 1962. He had underlined in red every single I love you. I went to see him just today. Oh, but I didn't see no tears. All dressed up to go away. First time I'd seen him smile in years. He stopped loving her today. They placed a wreath upon his door, and soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her today. You know, she came to see him one last time.
one we all wondered if she would. And it kept running through my mind. This time, he's over her for good. He stopped loving her today. They placed a wreath upon his door, and soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her today. Window up above. And he stopped loving her today. Perhaps the greatest country song ever, and certainly a great Undertaker song. That one. I was always a little jealous of George for getting that because, I mean, after all, I am the Undertaker in country music. And still doing it. I mean, nobody could do it like George, but I was always just a little jealous. I figured, you know, why not me? He did a great job with it, of course. All right, we have fun doing that. Now let's do a song, another one of ours. And I love everything we've recorded. You know, you love them all. I guess we're very picky in choosing songs, but you like some a little more than others. And this one, that's true for this song. I only had to hear it one time to know I wanted to record it because I love the message of it. And I hope it applies to everybody in the house here tonight. I would bet it does. This is for all of us who've ever been to the old school. I can remember us cruising through town in your daddy's car with the top pulled down, looking so cool. We came from different sides of the track, but we still held hands out back of the old school. We spent all our time together, laughing and having fun. We swore that we'd love forever, 'cause that was the way things were done at the old school. We both made it to our graduation. You chose a college, I chose a vocation, driving 18-wheel. I became a part of your past. You went and married some guy in your class. He was a big deal. Your picture was in all the paper. You made such a lovely bride. They said you were going places, but me, I just went for a ride down by the old school. I got married to a sweet young girl and kept driving for the line. Your husband made his mark on the world, then he left you behind in the big house with the swimming pool. Now you drive your kid down to the old school. Now here we are at the reunion of the class. You asked my wife if we could have one dance for the old time. We're slow dancing across the old gym floor. You whisper it could be just like before. Call me sometime. You ask if I understand you. Well, yes, I'm afraid I do. You say
everybody does it, but I don't care if they do. I'm from the old school. I'm from the old school, where hearts stay true. I'm from the old school. I thought you were too.
All about the old school. Good place to be from. Love that song. Love that song. In fact, we have had more than one request to go to Washington and just stand on the Capitol steps and sing it over and over and over, you know. Awfully tempting to do it. Not that they listen, but anyway. All right. Well, back to the RFD TV and Country Family Reunion. We got to participate. We've done several of those, as many of you indicate to us when we see you. But one of the ones that I was very honored to get to do was a tribute to Bill Anderson and his 50-year career in music. As we were really underlining his songwriting as much as anything else. And I got to do one of Bill's songs, which I consider to be his greatest one so far. He's still writing. He's still very prolific. He's still on the charts every year with songs he's written. And but he wrote this one a few years ago, and we got to do this on the Family Reunion show. That young whippersnapper, Kenny Chesney, had the hit on this. But we're going to do our version for you of A Lot of Things Different.
I'd have spent a lot more time out in the pouring rain without an umbrella covering my head. And I'd have stood up to that bully when he pushed and shoved and called me names. But I was too afraid. And I'd have gone on and seen Elvis that night he came to town. But Mama wouldn't let me. And I'd have gone skinny dipping with Jenny Carson that time she dared me to. But I didn't. Oh, I'd have done a lot of things different. I wish I'd have spent more time with my dad when he was still alive. Now I don't have the chance. And I wish I'd have told my brother just how much I loved him before he went off to war. But I just shook his hand. And I wish I'd have gone to church on those Sunday mornings when my grandma begged me to. But I was scared of God. And I wish I would have listened when they said, boy, you're going to wish you had. But I wouldn't. Oh, I'd do a lot of things different. People say they wouldn't change a thing, even if they could. Oh, but I would. There was this red dress she wanted one time so bad she could taste it. I should have bought it, but I didn't. And she wanted to paint our bedroom yellow and trim it in blues and greens, and I wouldn't let her. Wouldn't have hurt nothing. Oh, and she loved to be held and kissed and touched. And I didn't do it. Not nearly enough. And if I'd have known that was going to be our last dance, I'd have told that band to play on and on and on. I'd have done a lot of things different. People say they wouldn't change a thing, even if they could. Oh, but I would. Yes, I'd do a lot of things different. Oh, I'd have done a lot of things different.
A lot of things different. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's a great song. Like I say, it was an honor, total honor to get to do that on that show, and we're going to record it one of these days, next time we go to the studio, and make it available on our own at some point in time. All right, well, let's switch gears altogether from that song, and this one, I do have to ask a question, though, before we do it. I got to check the crowd to be sure that we have enough people who can relate to it. Sometimes we don't, and in those situations, we just substitute something else. But I think we're safe. But let me just be sure. The question that says whether we do it or skip it is, how many crazy people are here tonight? Sure. Yeah. Did he answer? Because, yeah. A couple of you are vying for leadership positions, too. All right, well, that's good. That's very convenient. If you are off your rocker, you'll be able to relate, because this is the story of a crazy man driven that way by what else? A woman. Absolutely correct, yes.
I don't remember loving you, and I don't recall the things you say you put me through. You tell me that you've had a guilty conscience for so long. You say that you walked out on me. You say you did me wrong. Well, I just don't see how that could be true, 'cause I don't remember loving you. I don't remember loving you. You might talk to my doctor. He drops by each day at 2. I get a funny feeling when I look into your eyes. There's something in your smile that gives my stomach butterflies. You must look like someone I once knew, but I don't remember loving you. I don't remember loving you. I heard you mention children. Did you say there's 1 or 2? You say I quit my job and then I drank myself insane. You say that I ran down the highway screaming out your name. Now that's not the sort of thing that I would do. No, I don't remember loving you. I don't remember loving you. I absolutely, positively know that can't be true. But everyone I know here in this place is very strange. If you'll hand me my crayons, I'll be glad to take your name, in case I run across the guy you knew. But I don't remember loving you. I don't remember loving you. And I don't recall the things you say you put me through. You tell me that you've had a guilty conscience for so long. You say that you walked out on me. You say you did me wrong. Well, I just don't see how that could be true. 'Cause I don't remember loving you.
The John Conlee Band. Man. One of these days they're going to do that and Elvis is going to show back up.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
See, there, right there. He's here. Well, I'm going to introduce him to you in just a minute. But before I do like to give folks a chance to ask questions. Sometimes people have questions, and sometimes nobody does, and that's fine. If nobody has any questions, we'll just introduce the guys. But any questions, we'll take time for one or two if we have them, and then we'll move on. Any questions? Yes. What's that? He did. My son was in the Marine Corps, went to Iraq twice, but he's been out now about 3 years and doing fine. But thanks for asking. You bet. Doing well. All right, who else? How did I get started? Well, my folks met in 1945. Oh, you mean the music. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. My old Kentucky home. That's right. Well, actually, I got into I've done several things to make a living. I already referred to the fact that I am a licensed mortician in my home state of Kentucky. And I keep the licenses renewed. And everybody feeling all right? Just checking. Because anybody on shaky ground, you see me after the show, at least we could measure you up while we're here. You know, I'm come prepared for anything. Before that, I was, of course, raised on a farm, and I'm still involved in farming a little bit. That's right. There's the old bossy right now. And then, let's see, after the funeral, we'll never get through this. Where's the jackass sound? Did you make that? I think. Oh, yeah. Home, sweet home. Anyway, after the funeral profession, I was a disc jockey. I was in radio for 9 years. And that's exactly why I went to Nashville. And I ended up, because I got the job in the radio station, I was able to, go from the hobby of music, lifelong hobby, into a career, thanks to your acceptance of our music. The song called Rose-Colored Glasses was our first hit, and I only wish we had time to do it tonight, but I don't think it's coming up. It's coming up. Anyway, that was kind of how I did it. And all right, one more if we have it, and then I'll introduce the guys. Yes. You're graduating high school on June the 2nd? Well, I don't know if we can do that. I don't have the calendar in my head, but congratulations on graduating from high school on the June the 2nd. That's great. What is your name? What's your name?
Casey Wooten.
All right, Casey. Well, I'm glad. Now, what are you going to do after that? Do you have any plans after high school?
Go into music just like you are.
All right, man. Well, you've got the lyrics down, so it should work out, Casey. That's great. Well, congratulations. That's beautiful. All right, let me introduce these guys up here. We're going to begin over here with our band leader and road manager. He plays lead guitar, acoustic guitar, and harmonica. Say hello to Steve Suckler right there. Webmaster for JohnConlee.com does a great job as well playing drums and singing background harmony. That would be Gary Lalone right behind me here. And we've already referred to this nut back here. I mentioned the funeral thing, and I don't practice anymore, but sometimes when I go down the hall in the bus and he's laid out in his bunk, I'm awfully tempted. On bass, Mr. Boogie, Mr. Wiggle, Lance Martin right back there. And if you are a fan of the Beatles, you need to talk to this next guy after the show. You cannot stump him on the Beatles. On keyboard and background harmony, Mickey G, former Floridian, by the way. And that again is the John Conlee Band. Give them another big hand. They do a great job. Great folks, too. All right, here we go to 1983 one more time.
As the maid poured wine and we prepared to die, I knew I was feeling out of place. at a table as large as a river bar, and I love you written all on your face. I appreciate your hospitality, but I wish that we would go. Let me drive us to McDonald's and I'll talk to you concerning something you should really know. I'm just a common man, drive a common van. My dog ain't got a pedigree. If I have my say, gonna stay that way, 'cause high-browed people lose their sanity, and a common man is what I'll be. I'll take a Chevrolet just any day, so give your daddy back his Mercedes-Benz. And there's some common people that I hang out with. They're my good time buddies, they're my friends. And I'd rather chug a lug, a mug of Budweiser beer than sip a crystal glass of wine. So won't you make your mind up to believe in me and leave this high-living world behind? I'm just a common man, drive a common van. My dog ain't got a pedigree. If I have my say, gonna stay that way, 'cause highbrow people lose their sanity, and a common man is what I'll be. And I'm happy just being free, and I'm happy just being me, and I hope that you will see. I'm just a common man, drive a common van. My dog ain't got a pedigree. If I have my say, gonna stay that way, 'cause highbrow people lose their sanity, and a common man is what I'll be.
A common man, that would be me. Yes. Thank you. Sammy Johns wrote that song for us, the guy that wrote and recorded Chevy Van. Some of you may remember from the middle 70s. Well, 83 back to 78 is where we're going now, and the song we're about to do does require a pair of these things right here. If you've got a pair of these, slide them up on your face, and here we go.
I don't know why I keep on believing you need me when you prove so many times that it ain't true. And I can't find one good reason for staying. Maybe my leaving would be the best for you. But these rose-colored glasses that I'm looking through show only the beauty, 'cause they hide all the truth. And they let me hold on to the good times, good lines, the ones I used to hear when I held you. And they keep me from feeling so cheated, defeated, when reflections in your eyes show me a fool. These rose-colored glasses that I'm looking through show only the beauty, 'cause they hide all the truth. So I'll just keep on hoping, believing that maybe by counting the many times I've tried. You believe me when I say I love you, and I'll lay these rose-colored glasses aside. These rose-colored glasses that I'm looking through show only the beauty, 'cause they hide all the truth.
These right here, 1978. Our first big hit record, thanks to you, and a standard in music. And back to you, Casey. I don't know where I am June the 2nd, but as sort of an early graduation present, I'm going to present you with tonight's glasses. How about that? There you go. So the present's taken care of, see? So we're set. All right. I want to remind everybody, I'm going to be right over here just after the show. Would be happy to sign an autograph, take a picture, or just say goodnight before we take off. Don't forget to move your clocks ahead 1 hour so you can be on time for church. We're going to leave you with in fact, people ask all the time about favorite songs. And of my songs, Rose-Colored Glasses will always head my own list on the country things. But this song we're going to leave you with is my favorite song of all time, all formats. It is over 200 years old. We were all raised with it, and you'll find it on our gospel CD. This song, just a lot of things. I know it's an anointed song. I believe that to be true. And in this world of turmoil and trouble, as we look around, not only in our country and our communities, but all around the world, we see turmoil on the horizon. And I'm firmly convinced that there's no political answer for it all. It's all a spiritual problem, and it's only a spiritual answer is going to be fix anything. We're going to have to turn back to God. And it's by the grace of God, by His grace, we can fix all of it if we just do that. This is our version of Amazing Grace.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. It was grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed.
Steve Sackler, everybody.
when we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun. We've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, oh, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. I was blind, but now I see. Yes, I once was lost, oh, but now I'm found. I was blind, but now I see. Now I see. Now I see. Amen and amen. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Our thanks to the Farmers Opry for their hospitality. Thank you for your donations to the Wounded Warriors. And I'll see you over there in a minute, I hope. Thank you so much. You're great. God bless you.